Hello guys! Welcome back to my video learning. With me, Ika Cahya from UIN Maulana Malik, Ibrahim, Malang. So now, do you have a nice day guys? I hope you always in a good condition and also your mood, so that you can pass your day well. In this good occasion, I would like to explain about an analytical exposition text and its language features. They are mental verbs, sequential linkings, and simple present tense. But before we are going to discuss our material today, please look at the present tense first to help you knowing our class activity, the goals of our learning, and also the scoring aspects. So, without any further ado, stop talk and open others, cause things about to go down. Here we go. The lesson plan. As I said before, it is typically includes the goal, what students need to learn, how the goal will be achieved, or the method of delivery and procedure, and a way to measure how well the goal was reached, usually via homework, assignments, or testing. Berikut lesson plan yang sudah saya siapkan untuk pembelajaran kali ini. The next one is handout. So for your information, handout adalah materi presentasi yang akan saya sampaikan pada video pembelajaran kali ini, dan semoga dapat membantu kalian semua untuk memahami materi an exposition text and its language features. And here we go. Analytical exposition text and its language features. Before I'm going to explain about this material, I will ask a question to you. Have you ever heard about an analytical exposition? Or have you ever made an analytical exposition text? If you never hear or make an analytical exposition text, please watch this video learning till the end. Oh yeah, this is the table of contents. For the first one is definition of an analytical exposition text. Second one, I want to explain about the social function of an analytical exposition text. The third one is generic structures of an analytical exposition text. And for the last point is the language features of an analytical exposition text. They are mental verbs, sequential linkings, and simple present tense. The first one is definition of an analytical exposition. An analytical exposition text is a text which evaluates a topic critically, but it focuses only on one side of an argument. So, in your life, if you have tried to persuade anyone on a certain issue, or argued relentlessly about something with someone, then you have used an exposition. The argument and point of view have to be supported by facts and relevant information. The thesis statement has to be reiterated in the conclusion. Or it can be concluded that an analytical exposition is a type of spoken or written text that is intended to persuade the listeners or readers that something is the case. This type of text can be found in scientific books, journals, magazines, newspaper articles, academic speech or lectures, and research report. We are going to the next part is social function of an analytical exposition text. The purpose of an analytical exposition text is to persuade your audience to look at an issue with your perspective. So, an analytical exposition can be used to persuade the reader the idea is important matter. The next one is generic structures of an analytical exposition text. They are title, introduction, body, and the last one is conclusion. So, it tells about the topic of the essay, while introduction, this is the starting point of an exposition essay. Here, you state the topic and establish the point of view or thesis statement. Introductory statement should be an initial statement or a question that is an attention grabber. In introduction, it is a preview of the points you plan to make to support your thesis or argument. The next one is body. Body is a series of arguments to convince the audience. So, in body, each paragraph starts with a new argument. And then, each paragraph also has a main point, reason for the main point, and evidence to support the main point. In body, it also uses of emotive words, mental verbs, causal conjunction to persuade the audience. And each paragraph has to be logically linked to the previous paragraph and to the thesis statement. In the last, generic structures of an analytical exposition text is conclusion. It reiterates or restates the thesis statement, and in conclusion, it summarizes what has been stated. That's all about the generic structures of an analytical exposition text. Now we are going to discuss about its language features. So, mental verbs is a verb that refers to the ability to think whose actions are generally abstract. Jadi, maksudnya adalah mental verbs adalah kata kerja yang menunjukkan aksi yang tidak kasat mata atau sifatnya abstrak. The examples of mental verbs are I believe, I agree, I disagree, I prefer, and etc. Besides the mental verbs, it can be used to describe the perception. For example, we can use the word see, feel, love, worry, think, and etc. B. Sequential linkings. They are words that are used to start further information from previous information. For example, first of all, secondly, in conclusion, and etc. That's all about the mental verbs and sequential linkings. The next one is simple present tense. Simple present tense is a verb tense with two main uses. We use simple present tense when an action is happening right now, or when it happens regularly or increasingly, which is why it's sometimes called present indefinite. Simple present tense consists of nominal sentences and action verbs. Nominal sentences adalah sebuah kalimat yang tidak memiliki kata kerja. Sementara itu, action verbs merupakan sebuah kalimat yang mengandung kata kerja. Namun pada kali ini saya akan menjelaskan simple present tense nominal sentences dulu ya. Di mana nominal sentences ini harus menggunakan to be yang terdiri dari is, am, dan juga are. Untuk subjek he, she, dan juga it akan to be is. Kemudian untuk subjek I, maka harus menggunakan to be am. Sementara subjek you, they, and we wajib menggunakan to be are. So now, please look at these patterns carefully. For the positive form, you can prepare the subject first, and then when you choose the subject, please pay attention what subject that you will use, and then choose the to be. And the last step is add the object or complement. And for the negative, you must put the subject first, and then to be, is, or am, or are. Then you must add not, and the last one, please add the object or complement. And how's about the interrogative forms of nominal sentences when using simple present tense? So you must put the to be first, then you put the subject after that, and then the last one, you put the object or complement. And for the last step is, don't forget to put the question marks in the end of the sentence. Okay. Let's move to the simple present tense action verbs. So, the action verbs are action verbs that are in the present tense. An action verb shows what subject is doing. So here, the tense of a verb that expresses action or state in the present time and is used of what occurs or is true at the time of speaking and of what is habitual or characteristic or is always or is necessary true that is sometimes used to revert to action in the past and that is sometimes used for future events. Jadi, ketika kalian akan membuat sebuah kalimat action verb, maka yang perlu diperhatikan adalah penggunaan dari subjek itu sendiri. Jika kalian menggunakan subjek he, or she, or it, maka verb yang digunakan harus ditambahkan dengan s atau is. Sementara untuk penggunaan do or does hanya dipakai dalam kalimat negatif dan interrogatif. Untuk do sendiri khusus digunakan ketika kalian menggunakan subjek they, we, I, dan juga you. Sementara does dapat dipakai ketika kalian menggunakan subjek she, or he, or it. So, kalian harus hati-hati dalam memilih subjek dan juga auxiliary verb yang akan kalian gunakan dalam sebuah kalimat. Berikut adalah positive, negative, and interrogative patterns versi action verbs. So, by using this pattern, it will help you to make a sentence, especially action verbs by using simple present tense. For the positive form, you can put the subject in the beginning of the sentence and then you can add s or es if the subject are he or she or it, and then you can add the object or complement. While the negative form, you must put the subject first by following do or does and also not, and then you put the verb one, and the last one is object and complement. While the the interrogative form, you must put do or does in the beginning of sentence, and then it follows the subject, and then verb one, and the last one object or complement by following the question mark. So far, do you get it, guys? Okay, the next section is worksheet. So for your information, worksheet merupakan kumpulan latihan soal yang sangat membantu kalian untuk memahami materi pembelajaran kita kali ini, yaitu an analytical exposition text and its language features. So, I've prepared the worksheet, which consists of 2 assignments. The first assignment is work in pair assignments or group assignments, and the second one is individual assignment. Well, here the work in pairs assignment. So please read and follow the instruction below. There will be 2 groups, and please choose your partner. It consists of minimal 2 members for each group. The first group will make an analytical exposition text, which is focused on creating introduction and the first argument about the effect of television, and please use mental verbs, conjunctive relation or sequential linkings, and simple present tense. While the second group, please make an analytical exposition text which is focused on creating the second argument and conclusion about the same topic, and please use its language fit that I have explained before. The next one is each group must state the mental verbs, sequential linkings, and simple present tense on your works. The last one is present the results of your discussion by writing down in comment box. And for individual assignment, please read and follow the instructions below to improve your skill in mastering in the material simple present tense, nominal sentence, and action verbs. So in this individual assignment, you must change the sentence below into negative and interrogative form. Good job everyone! I will give you evaluation of your work after filling in the comment box below. Before we end this learning, I will say something which is important for you. So, please listen carefully. In order to improve your skill, you can do individual assignments at your home by following the instructions in the worksheet. Before we end this learning, I also want to say it has been a long time since we learn English, even though we often find difficulties in it and often feel like giving up. But we will still meet again with English. Yeah, it's gonna get harder before it get easier, but it will get better. So you just go to make it through the hard stuff. Besides, don't focus on your result because you will never change. But if you focus on change, you will get your best results. Yeah, that's life. We can't hide from English because it is always around us and we will always need it. Thanks for your great participation, cooperation, and attention. Hopefully, you can take the benefits from this learning and can help you master English material. Always keep your health, spirit, and happy learning. Please forgive me if something goes wrong. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you!
Using